Hello, Mr. Minnick, helping students in period 11, 2019 learn Python by taking a simple demo program using Turtle Graphics and upgrading it. When this simple program executes, the person can click the mouse anywhere in the rectangular area and the screen turns green. If when they run the program they miss the button and they click off, nothing happens. But we're going to just make it do more interesting things. So follow along with me for the next 10 minutes, and you'll have an awesome, simple but awesome game-ish type of program later. In case you've never studied Python before, I'll just do a quick walkthrough of why this works currently the way it does, emphasizing certain things that have been taught in this 9th grade Intro to Computer Science course. We're using Turtle Graphics in Python, so I import Turtle. It's always good to draw things as background elements on your screen first before doing anything else. If you are using Turtle Graphics, speed 0 speeds up the little turtle, and hide turtle takes away the sort of annoying icon that you see. We did learn earlier in the school year that a square is really 4 sides with 90-degree angles. And because of the way a for loop works and repeats something over and over again, in this case 4 times, this has a net effect of drawing a square on the screen. But it's not clickable yet. Just drawing the square doesn't make it clickable. No, for it to be clickable, you would have to, further down in your code, implement the OnScreen Click method that's part of Python screens, which I named it screen, lowercase s. So as long as you put these 2 lines of code somewhere and you name a function something, well, interesting, like not the word interesting, I didn't mean that. I meant name it something interesting like handle button clicks. As long as you have a function named something that you makes sense to you. The word handle is a seriously important computer science word, so I use that as part of the name. So handle button clicks is the name of what we call a function. And it's always good to put functions in an area called functions. So here is that function. And because Python requires you to indent your code, it does neatly tuck in, kind of like folded laundry, folding code. And because of the way OnScreen Click works, in conjunction with a function named of your choice, we get a chance to take advantage of the XY location of where actually the player of this game clicked. So I am detecting that if X is greater than 0 and less than 100, and if the up and down Y position that was clicked is between 0 and 100, if those 4 criteria are all met at the same time because of the way AND works, then I know that deductively know that I clicked in this area where this bottom left corner is the 0.00, this upper right corner is the 100, 100, everything in between is the clickable area. Now that I put this if statement in this function, which is linked down here, it is clickable. It's not just a button that looks good, but it's a button that actually works and does something. So I changed it to green, but somebody said, hey, what if the background color changed? Oh, I can do that. Oh, it does change every time but it doesn't change to a second time or a third time. So we're going to change that to random colors. Every time it's clicked, it's going to be a random color. I'm just going to throw in random, instead of green, random.randint, parentheses, 0,255. That's a way to specify a random color. And you know what? That's bad style to do that. So pretend that you didn't see that. Let's just pretend it was green still. Let's generate a random color as a variable and store it in a variable called, you guessed it, random color. And that random color is going to be random green amount. That's going to be a random number between 0 and 255. And because of the magic of copy and paste, I'm going to pick a certain amount of RGB, red, green, blue. The red paint is there. Change that to red. Red, green, blue, RGB. The green paint is there. And the amount of RGB, brown, no, blue. The amount of blue paint is there. Aptly named, 3 different variables. I tell the person at the paint store or that section at Home Depot how much red I want in my custom color, how much green, how much blue. For reasons I don't want to get into in this video, they have to be numbers between 0 and 255. Instead of hardwiring my background color to green one time only, I'm going to use now the 3 amounts RGB, but in my appropriately named variable names in that order, RGB. So now every time this program runs, when the button is clicked, the background of the screen will be some random shade of color made up by 3 random amounts of RGB. Okay, here goes. I'm going to click on the button, and I got an error message. No, I didn't. It did not work for some technical reason. So I'm going to pause my program and get back to you. Hello, Mr. Minnick, back from a short break to debug my program. I found the moth, I took it out. I forgot to import the random library, a set of predefined methods that Python allows you to have that just rock it out because you have randint and other ones that I haven't taught in this course if you import random. And it's free, import random. So because of that import random, and because I was a very wise veteran programmer, I created 3 variables and I stored 3 random numbers in these 3 random variables. Because the BG color function or method from the screen class works in this way, just typing green in double quotes could work, but you can also specify 3 numbers, and they get treated as color mixers. So now every time I click within the geographic boundaries of 0, 0, 0, 100 and such, watch what happens when I run the program now. Click, random color, click, random color, click, random color. But if I click off of the square, it doesn't work. It's not a random color. So kind of interesting, just a strobe light kind of program. Okay, I'm now taking requests for, somebody wanted to move around each time I clicked on it. For that, I have to pause the program, do some stuff, and I will be back shortly. The highs and lows of coding. I got off camera, I got this to work that when you click, the button comes up in a different random location. But now I don't get random colors. Unless Sophia can tell me what one line of code I'm missing here, it's going to be one of those things that like you watch the video and fix it, and then in the comment area that's probably currently disabled, you tell me which. Is there one line of code, Sophia?
Yeah, because it takes multiple clicks.
Okay, so you just have to click a lot of times for the color to change. We'll fix it later the right way. Look at the speaker notes in the YouTube video, the notes that go with this podcast series to be, and I'm now going to sign off. The code is all here. And as of now, at least, this is where you would find it. Just type that in and you can get a working copy of this program and upgrade it later. I'm signing off now on this half-done, fun, addictive program that is close to the famous Bubble Pop.